First, it was the promise of living water. Next, it was the experience of light overcoming darkness. And today, it's life overcoming death. What I'm referring to is the content of the Gospels we've heard for the third, fourth, and now fifth Sunday of Lent. All from John's Gospel, and all meant to help those who are preparing for baptism at the vigil, and for us who are to renew our baptismal promises, to appreciate what Christ has done and can do for us. 2 weeks ago, there was the woman at the well who was told by Christ that he could give her living water. Last week, it was the man born blind who was given his sight, but more importantly, the insight as to who the Lord was. And today is the raising of Lazarus from the dead. So Jesus not only gives living water, not only gives us light, he gives us life. Let's look at the 11th chapter of John and ask what application we can make in our own lives. Jesus hears the news about his friend Lazarus, but uncharacteristically, he delays in responding. He finally arrives 4 days after Lazarus died. And the family of Lazarus are still welcoming people to their home, and as anyone knows who has experienced the death of a loved one, emotions can run high. In any event, Jesus is confronted with one of the sisters, chiding him, "If you had come earlier, my brother would not have died." Jesus simply asks for directions to the cemetery. He arrives there and weeps over the death of Lazarus. Finally, he yells, "Lazarus, come forth." Lazarus comes from the tomb wrapped in the burial cloth in accord with the custom of the day. And then Jesus gives the order, "Untie him and let him go free." As we hear this gospel on the final Sunday before Holy Week, perhaps we can hear Jesus giving the same command about us. Untie her, untie him. Be freed from what binds you, what ties you up. The wrappings of death need to be discarded. Is it a relationship that it is unhealthy, or a friendship that is false or self-destructing? Perhaps what binds me is a sense of hopelessness in face of insurmountable difficulties. Christ may be saying to you that nothing is really hopeless, even if you are facing death itself. We believe in life, not death. We believe in a Christ who has conquered even death itself. And it's that victory that we're preparing to celebrate during Holy Week. Perhaps we're bound by our sin, wrong choices made in the past which restrict us, constrict us, choices which are selfish or insensitive, perhaps bigoted, choices which seek my own pleasure above all things, choices which reflect little concern for the other. These and other such things tie me up. The Lord asks us to free ourselves from whatever enslaves us. Be free and be renewed as we approach the final 2 weeks of our Lenten journey. Living water, insight, and life itself. 3 gifts found in John's Gospel, and 3 gifts offered to us this Lent.